So picture this. Luka Modric is, he's 40 years old now.
Right.
And battered.
Yeah, completely battered. He's recovering from a multi-fragmented cheekbone fracture, wearing this heavy carbon fiber protective mask. And he's just staring down a Panamanian defensive wall that just bled Ghana for 95 agonizing minutes before finally breaking.
It's an incredible visual.
He really is. Welcome to the Deep Dive, by the way. Today we're looking at you, the listener, and bringing you right onto the pitch in Toronto at BMO Field. We are digging into match day 2 of the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, specifically Group L. And, we're looking at a scenario where both of these teams walked into the stadium knowing a loss basically meant their tournament was over. Dead in the water.
Exactly. And just to set the tale, we've pulled from a really diverse stack of sources to understand how this gritty 1-0 Croatian victory actually played out.
Right. We've got global match reports, tactical breakdowns, referee profiles.
Oh, and the betting market analysis, which is fascinating.
Yep. Definitely. Plus, we even have translated post-match press conferences from both the Serbian and Croatian media, because this isn't just a recap of a football match.
No, not at all. Our mission today is to really uncover the intense tactical chess match that was going on. We're looking at the physical and emotional toll on an aging sports legend and just the sheer grit you need when survival is literally on the line.
Because the stakes here, you really have to understand the context. Both teams were completely backed into a corner.
Yeah. Croatia had just suffered this chaotic 4-2 opening loss to England.
Which, that was the game where Harry Kane equaled Gary Lineker's World Cup goal record.
Right, exactly. Though, to be fair, Croatia did show some fight in that game. Martin Baturina and Peter Musa both scored. But still, giving up 4 goals is rough.
It is. And then on the other side, Panama suffered one of those truly gut-wrenching defeats to Ghana.
Ugh, yeah, a 1-0 loss.
Yeah, courtesy of that 95th minute strike by Caleb Urenki. Just heartbreaking for them.
It really is. Okay, let's unpack this, because looking at this matchup, it kind of feels like watching a cornered, aging prize fighter.
That's Croatia.
Right, being forced to just punch through a solid brick wall, which is Panama. So how does a team even prepare for a match with this much existential dread hovering over both sides?
Well, to understand why heavily favored Croatia struggled so profoundly to break through, we first have to analyze that defensive wall Panama built. Right. And also, crucially, the specific official who was enforcing the rules that day.
Oh, the referee factor. Yes, let's get into that. But first, what was Panama's actual tactical blueprint?
So their manager, Thomas Christensen, deployed this 5-4-1 formation, but, calling it a standard 5-4-1 kind of understates it. It was a true bunker and counter system.
Like a localized traffic jam, basically.
Exactly. Their wingbacks, Eric Davis and Michael Amir Murillo, they dropped so deep they formed this incredibly flat back 5. And then you have the captain, Anibal Godoy, just sweeping back and forth right in front of them to shield the defense.
It's all about numerical superiority,
right?
Like just frustrating possession-heavy teams like Croatia.
Yeah, that's the goal. But there was a glaring issue for Panama. They were missing their engine.
Oh, right. And Alberto Coco Carrasquilla.
Exactly. He was sidelined with a groin injury, and honestly, his absence just robbed Panama of their best passing range.
Because without him, their counterattack is basically blunted.
Completely blunted. It forced their lone striker, Cecilio Waterman, to become incredibly isolated up top. He was essentially just running wind sprints alone.
Wow, that sounds exhausting. So they're playing this heavy defensive block. But here's where it gets really interesting to me. The referee.
Ah, yes. Pierre Ghislain Acho from Gabon.
Right. And his profile from our sources is just fascinating. He's known for this highly lenient, flow-oriented style.
Yeah, the stats are wild. He averages a remarkably low 0.06 red cards per match.
Wait, 0.06? That's almost non-existent.
I know. And, he was previously criticized in AFCON tournaments, like that incident involving Sadio Mane, for allowing some really dangerous physical play to just go on without pulling out cards.
Okay, so keeping that in mind, I want to push back on the pre-match betting odds here.
Yeah.
Because sports prediction markets heavily favored the over 2.5 goals line.
Right, because bettors figured Croatia desperately needed to fix their horrible goal differential after the England game.
Exactly. The logic was they're going to come out firing. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
But then the first half ended with a combined expected goals, or XG, of just 0.11.
Barely a fraction of a goal.
Yeah. So if the bettors expected this offensive explosion, how did it end up being such a slog?
Well, you have to connect the dots between the referee and the tactics. When a highly lenient referee meets a pack 5-4-1 defense, the attacking team just gets bogged down.
Because they aren't getting the foul calls.
Exactly. It turns into these physical, grinding duels. Normally, an attacking team can win fouls on the edge of the box, get a free kick, and relieve the pressure. But Acho wasn't calling them. Panama's sheer organizational will, combined with the leniency, turned the game into trench warfare.
And with it turning into a trench war, the burden of breaking that deadlock falls entirely on Croatia's captain.
Luka Modric.
Right. Who, like we said, is carrying immense physical and psychological baggage into this game.
Yeah, I mean, the physical toll is obvious. 40 years old, wearing that mask. He suffered that complex, multi-fragmented cheekbone fracture back in April playing for AC Milan.
After taking a brutal hit from Manuel Locatelli, right?
Yes, so he's physically compromised. But the psychological part is just as heavy. Following that opening loss to England, the media backlash was ruthless.
Oh, I was reading the translated reports. It was brutal. He conceded his first ever career penalty in the 9th minute of that England game.
His first ever.
Yeah. And the Croatian press, specifically Jutarnji list, they literally labeled him one of the worst on the pitch. They were openly questioning if he could still compete at this level.
Which is just crazy when you look at what he brings behind the scenes. The sources highlighted this amazing anecdote about his quiet leadership. He's not a shouter, he leads through psychology.
Oh, the story with the goalkeeper, Livakovic.
Exactly. Before the 2022 World Cup, Dominik Livakovic was really struggling with confidence. And Modric didn't yell at him. He just privately pulled him aside in the hotel and said, "Everyone makes mistakes. I think the problem is you're afraid."
Wow. Just calling it out like that.
Yeah, and that conversation basically unlocked Livakovic's stellar tournament run. And you hear younger teammates like Josko Gvardiol and Josip Stanisic talk about Modric, and they just absolutely revere his work ethic.
So what does this all mean for this specific game?
Mm-hmm.
How does a 40-year-old battered, masked, and heavily criticized playmaker actually navigate a physically brutal match against Panama when his body just isn't what it used to be?
Well, he adapts. Modric no longer wins with physical dominance, right? He wins by acting as a chess grandmaster.
Orchestrating the board.
Exactly. He's positioning the younger, faster players around him, constantly shifting the ball, dictating the tempo until the opponent makes just a single mistake.
But his brilliant mind can only do so much if the team's tactical execution is failing around him.
Right. And in the first half, it was definitely failing, which led to some serious frustration boiling over in the locker room.
Yeah, drawing from the Serbian press reports, specifically Srbija Danas, we found out that Croatia's manager, Zlatko Dalic, was absolutely furious at halftime.
Which is rare for him, right? He's usually so calm.
Totally stoic, normally. But Dalic admitted to the press, he said, long balls were destroying us, every second ball was theirs.
Because Croatia had completely fallen into Panama's trap.
Right, they were playing these desperate aerial balls directly into a packed defense that was built to win headers. It was tactical suicide.
Yeah, you just can't play the ball in the air against three center backs whose only job is to head it away. So Dalic had to make some crucial adjustments at the half.
What did he change?
He made a massive structural pivot. He subbed off Petar Musa and Marko Pasalic.
Okay, and who did he bring on?
He brought on Ante Budimir and Andre Kramaric, and this changed the entire attacking dynamic.
How so?
Well, by bringing on two true physical central strikers, he pinned Panama's center backs centrally, which forced Panama's wingbacks to pinch inward to help out.
Which then opens up the wide channels.
Exactly. And in the 54th minute, that exact adjustment paid off.
Right, because Josip Stanisic finds that pocket space on the right side.
He executes this perfect overlapping run, receives a through ball, and whips in a cross.
And who is there to finish it? The halftime substitute, Ante Budimir. He slots it home. 1-0.
Just a textbook example of tactical cause and effect. And the aftermath of that goal is immediate. Panama is finally forced to abandon that 5-4-1 bunker.
Because a 1-0 loss eliminates them, just the same as a 5-0 loss. They had to push.
Exactly. So the game completely opens up. Panama starts launching bodies forward, hacking away, trying to find an equalizer.
But that's where Livakovic proves his worth again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Modric's old pep talk paying dividends. Livakovic parries away these desperate Panamanian attempts and secures the clean sheet.
So the final whistle blows. It cements this narrow 1-0 victory for Croatia. But looking at the post-match scenes, it really revealed the true emotional weight of this tournament for both of these nations.
Oh, absolutely. The contrast was amazing.
It was. I mean, let's talk about the Croatian celebration first. Modric was actually subbed off in the 81st minute, which officially secured his 200th international cap.
200, it's just staggering.
It really is. He's only the fourth male player in history to reach that milestone.
Right, joining Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and Bader Al-Mutawa from Kuwait.
Yeah. Elite company. So his teammates had these black shirts printed up that said Infinite Legacy 200, and they put them on and just started tossing them into the air on the pitch.
Much to his discomfort, apparently. Delic even noted that Modric is so humble, he really hates being the center of attention. But the team forced him to celebrate.
They had to. But then, on the flip side, you look at Panama. Despite being eliminated with 0 points, there was a sense of a quiet triumph.
Yeah, their manager, Thomas Christensen, expressed immense pride in their hunger and dedication.
I mean, you have to respect it. This is a generation that previously upset the USA in the Copa America and the Gold Cup.
Right, and here they held Ghana to 95 minutes, and they held heavily favored Croatia to just one single goal.
And Christensen explicitly said he hopes their defensive masterclass opens doors for his players to join better club leagues around the world.
A shop window, basically, proving they have the discipline to execute high-level tactics against giants.
It's just wild. It's like watching two completely different movie endings happening at the exact same time on the same field.
Oh, that's a great way to put it.
Right. Like, one is the legendary veteran surviving to ride into the sunset for one more day, and the other is the gritty underdog proving they belong on the exact same stage, even in defeat.
And, for everyone listening, this is exactly why you should care about these types of matches. International football isn't always about super teams scoring 5 beautiful, fluid goals.
No, definitely not.
Sometimes the absolute most compelling stories are found in the grind.
Yeah, a nation of 4 million people relying on a 40-year-old masked legend.
While a massive underdog uses just sheer organizational faith to hold off those giants.
It really leaves you with something to mull over, honestly.
Yeah.
Because you look at Modric. He has achieved every individual accolade possible. He has the Ballon d'Or, the Champions League medals, and now he's reached 200 caps.
But he has never won a trophy with Croatia.
Exactly. He finished second in 2018, third in 2022. So as he faces the twilight of his career, what truly defines a sport's legacy?
It's the ultimate question.
Is it the pursuit of that one elusive piece of team silverware? Or is the sheer longevity, the willingness to put on a mask and take elbows in a grinding group stage match at 40, is that 200-cap journey itself the ultimate victory?
I think the tactical grind reveals the true character of a player. The trophy is the dream, but the endurance is the legacy.
So true. Well, that's it for today's deep dive. Keep digging into the fascinating tactical and human stories hiding right there behind the box scores. We'll catch you next time.